My name is Jacob Carter, and I'm a multidisciplinary artist. So a lot of my work is very process driven, and I've been kind of making pieces that utilize a lot of raw materials, things like concrete and metals and plastic, as well as kind of found materials as well. But recently, I've been combining these natural materials with electronics. So I've been kind of looking at ways that microcontrollers and kind of coded sequences can be used to make my sculptures automated and moving. So it's looking into um, kinetic sculptures and how that can lead a bit more sort of poetic elements in my work. Yeah, so I think throughout the residency, I'm really hoping to kind of explore more of the themes within my work. I think a recent aspect is looking at biophilic architecture, which is kind of to do with the relation between architecture and plants and wildlife and how those can be related. And I'm looking at how in my sculpture I could maybe contrast these raw materials with kind of plant life or things which are growing. Yeah, so I think some of the challenges I'm interested in is kind of exploring these circuits and electronics and how I can see um, how that can kind of add a different element to my work. I think I'm hoping that I can explore how something that can be coded can try and lead a bit of unpredictability into my sculpting. um, yeah, so I think my creative process it's kind of very material driven. So I like kind of playing with materials, and often I kind of start with collecting things, so whether if that's sort of collecting images or physical objects. So I might kind of try and archive things and gather inspiration together. And then from that point, I might do kind of sketching plans, and it can start off being really sort of formatted, but I try and kind of break that up by experimenting, and I'm thinking that's where the electronics can add that more experimental aspect. Sure. I feel like the obvious choice would be to say concrete, but that might be a bit too obvious. But I think one of the recent things I've been using is jasmonite, and I really like how it's called a chameleon material because it can be used to kind of make things look like something which it isn't. It can kind of look like marble, or it can kind of create different colours, and it can also be kind of plastic looking or glass looking. So I think I like how that can be used to translate different materials. Yeah, I think a dream project kind of envisaged something quite large scale. I like making things which are site specific, so some kind of interesting architectural space that could be used as maybe a big installation. I'm kind of interested in something that could be quite um, interactive or sound based. That'd be something which would be quite exciting.